Greetings to everyone, world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe. Hearty welcome to each one of you on Monday, 1st of April 2024. And today is something very captivating because when we talk about any country's economy, the global economy, there are three parts: agriculture, manufacturing, and services. Now, we are going to focus today on service industry, and in that, we are focusing on most important subject, most important area where every youth is keen about, and that is your either you're going for employment, you're going for self-employment, or you're going for entrepreneurship, or even you're going for startup. So whatever you choose for yourself, we are going to look into that. And the scenario which we are going to build up subsequently in our programs will go right up to India 2047. Because when India would be celebrating 100 years, how the economy would be, how the things would be, how India's agriculture would be, how manufacturing would be. But our focus is going to be services sector. So on behalf of Chamber for Service Industry, we extend a very hearty and a very warm welcome to each one of you. Thank you for joining us and thank you for being a part of this particular initiative. Let's move ahead, all of us together, because everybody needs either a job or they are looking forward to their own self-employment or they go for some entrepreneurship venture or they're looking forward to some incentives which are being given as far as startups are concerned. Now, when we look at services sector, of course, there is agriculture, manufacturing, and services. Agriculture also needs services. Manufacturing also needs services because whatever you produce in agriculture, after all, you have got to go and sell that. You got to do marketing for that. You got to do packaging and thereafter transportation, logistics services. Everything has to be taken into consideration till it reaches the end beneficiary. Similar way, manufacturing sector, if you talk about, let's take an example. There's a car being manufactured, and I'm going for, let's take it, black color Scorpio, which I'm very fond of. And if I go for that, now after sale of that particular iron piece, I need insurance service, I need maintenance service, I need my license service, I need all other pollution certificate also that look, I am driving a safe vehicle in a systematic way. Everywhere there is a services component, even in manufacturing sector. So the portion of the economy that produces services rather than the physical goods, because there's something known as tangible, there's something known as intangible. There's something which you can share, you can feel, you can store, you can preserve, and you can touch. But intangible, when I talk about now, if you go to a hotel and if you enjoy a particular service over there, now it is the way waiter is serving you, the way you are greeted, treated, the way you are met over there. That is your services component, your etiquettes, your manner, your gesture, your body language, and the way you greet the customer, the way you treat the customer, the way you look after the customer, the customer delight. That is something very important. Okay. If I'm talking about services component, there could be various areas, more than 100 segments I can distribute, some segments, all that. We will discuss one of these days with you, but I'm taking 12 components over here so that by and large you understand there could be a business services, communication services, construction related, anything, engineering services, that's called distribution services, education related services, environmental services. Everybody is talking about today global warming and basically climate change. So environment services is future, anything come. Financial services, your fintech, when you talk about your banking, your financial mutual fund, your insurance, whatsoever is happening, the transaction, all is financial services. Your health, wellness, and social services. And next to my heart, tourism, hospitality, airlines, and its related services, whatever you can think of, recreational, cultural, sporting services, transportation services, whether you travel by road, by rail, by sea, by any kind of a means, but you take the transportation logistic part of it. And of course, other services which are not included, but they are included elsewhere. They are also services. So services component plays very, very important role. During the pandemic, we all felt what exactly is the importance of services sector. And during pandemic, we realized how the medical services to be given, how food services to be given, distribution services to be given, how the education services to be given. Every teacher, trainer, the coach, the principals, the mentors, everybody tried with the help of the technocrats to reach out every child world over wherever it was possible. So services is very important. So Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, because they look after goods also, they look after services also. When you talk about the GST, it's a goods and services component, which both you take into. So the government has set a target that there got to be a services exports when you talk about to the 1 trillion US dollar equivalent by 2027. Now, basically, when I look at it, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India has identified 12 components of services sector. One of these days, we will talk about that as well, because some of us, those are interested to work on those projects, we can take that into consideration. But when government has set a target of 1 trillion US dollar services exports from India, what exactly could be that? There is a IT services, the IT enabled services, even tourism. When I talk about inbound tourism, people traveling to India, coming to India, going to various places, staying in the hotel, paying to the tourist guide, doing the shopping, some conference, convention, trade fair, exhibition, anything whatsoever is taking place, that all is services component. So we got to realize services exports is very, very important. And over here is the human factor which makes a difference. How polite you are, how professional you are, how passionate you are, how basically you look after the other person. Like, a lot of examples are there. We will keep moving with the subject and we'll keep giving you. Today's target is there are four components we are touching. Either you're going for employment, or you're going for self employment, or you're going for entrepreneurship, or you're going for startup. Now, for the employment, that is the easiest. You always look forward to how can I be employed with some company? They pay me monthly salary, and that's enough. And I move up in the ladder, either at snail's pace or at a fast pace or a supersonic speed. Whatsoever is there, it all depends on your age profile, your passion, if you've got the profession of your choice, and if you're enjoying your work. Ladies and gentlemen, be passionate about work, whatever you do. When I do this particular program, that time I realize that I got to put my heart, soul, my vision, and my whole intellectual capital of last 4 decades into this. Now, second category comes self-employment. That means you are either giving a consultancy or you are having a venture where you're not employing other people, but you are self-employed. You are generating the revenue, you're looking after yourself, and you're earning enough so that your family can survive, they can enjoy the life, and you can move up depending on what kind of a self-employment you have got. Now, coming to the entrepreneurship, it has got more challenges as compared to self-employment, because over here, it is not only your own survival, but you're looking after your team also. Your people, those are working in your company, their salary, their perks, their provident funds, their transportation, their boarding, lodging, and couple of things, when they travel to different. So everybody whosoever is in the ecosystem of your team, you got to be generating revenue for all of them. That comes under the area of the entrepreneurship. Now, startup. That's coming up in a very big way. We will take on a separate session with you and what incentives are given by Government of India. Now, in these three categories, employment, of course, you're going to the corporate house, you're giving an interview, there may be a number of rounds of interviews, and thereafter your selection is there. Now, what level, what gentry you get inside the company depends on your profile. And ladies and gentlemen, you've got to remember one thing. You've got to keep pace with the technology. The time is moving so fast. Technology is moving so fast. Nighttime when you go to sleep and in the morning when you get up, you find there are new apps, there is a new versions, and there's altogether, something new which is coming up. Mobile phone, the gadgets, what you're using nowadays, Remember how the things have got changed. From desktop, we came to laptop. From laptop, we came to tabs. From tabs, we have come now. There is only one device which you enjoy, you love, जिसको कहते हैं मेरा जीवन साथी, and that is your mobile phone, because you get everything over there. And it depends on how optimum use you make of the technology for your own growth. So employment, self-employment, entrepreneurship, and startup, will cover all these areas separately. Now, tomorrow I'm going to discuss with you, because we are proud and we would like to share with all of you, the micro, small, and the medium enterprise ministry. They were initially focusing on manufacturing sector, and we gave lots of documents from our chamber. I still recall I used to go to Minister Sahab, Secretary Sahab, Additional Secretary Sahab, Joint Secretary Sahab, everybody meeting and giving them different roadmaps, action plans, and strategy papers and everything. And I'm so very happy that in the thick of pandemic, like the new education policy was announced, similar way, the Honorable Minister of Finance, Government of India, Nirmala Sitharamanji, also announced during the pandemic that there is going to be now one vertical, one area, one growth engine. That means services sector now will be taken at par with manufacturing sector as far as MSME is concerned, micro, small, and medium enterprise. And one of these days, with my colleague, with my friend, with my bosom, I can say friend, Rabindranath ji, who laid down his arms as CMD of the NSIC, National Small Scale Industries Corporation. I would bring him along and we will discuss. But tomorrow I'm going to give you the teaser as far as the MSME and what are the benefits of registration, why you should go for it, how it's going to be benefiting you, and what exactly is Udemy and getting registered over there, and how you go to DPIIT. So a couple of things are there. We will discuss tomorrow, because if you want to start your own venture, if you want to become micro, small, or a medium enterprise, how do you proceed? How do you work? So, ladies and gentlemen, that would be tomorrow. I want now the program should be short, crisp, to the point. We should discuss every day. And of course, our chamber will keep moving in the direction where we talk about Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family. We learn from each other. We try and acquire the skills, the competencies, the talents, and the passions from each other the best possible way. And particularly, we are working nowadays a lot on Indian tourism, how it would look like in 2047 when we give one slogan, Atiti Devo Bhava. So we will share the entire series also with you. And with these words, ladies and gentlemen, look forward to meet you all of tomorrow. I'm grateful to Mohit Chaudhary, Habang Ma'am, Rahul Chaudhary, and Dilshan Wafa, Arshdeep, and all other dignitaries, those are joining us on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much for being a part of it. Look forward meeting you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Stay fit, stay fine, look after your health, and grow each day mentally, spiritually, financially, economically, whatsoever you can. And environment also you should take care of. Be happy. The world is a beautiful playground. Play as much as you can, the inning till last breath of your life, and keep sharing your vision and your expertise with the global family. Thank you very much.